Hey everybody, Travis here once again. Thanks for joining me tonight. Tonight I was just gonna do kind of like a Reate off, maybe a Reate round table, or however we should call it. Maybe like a Reate journey for me. Um, I've been using knives and collecting knives for a while. Um, Many of the people that know me know I'm into Spyderco knives. Um, so we had a fundraiser and kind of stumbled upon Reate Knives in the fundraiser on the Facebook page that I'm on, Spyderco Knives, and kind of stumbled upon Reate Knives in the. So my first Reate knife ended up being this Event Horizon. I sought it out after seeing it in the fundraiser, so had to seek it out, and to my pleasure, I found it on sale. So this was my first Reate knife, and my first impressions were, wow, solid in hand, feels good in hand. The ergonomics were good. I tend to like a bigger knife, a solid knife, and this Event Horizon was right up my alley. Um, Come to find out after having my first Reate that they're all titanium. The screws are titanium, the pivots titanium, the standoffs are titanium, the clips titanium, and I mean, who doesn't like titanium? I mean, we all know I like titanium, so I've liked titanium for quite a while. I like anodizing. I like high quality knives. Um, so grab the Reate Event Horizon, and the ergonomics were just great for me. And started looking around at more Reates. Got on a Reate kick maybe after my first one already. I'm not sure, but I like this design. Sought out another Reate, Horizon C. I did. I sought it out. I paid full retail price. I found the blue that I wanted. The stonewash is real nice on the Reates. I mean, the quality is great. So the Event Horizon C. Oh, I'm sorry, Horizon C. And once again, it blew me away. Just the feel of it in hand to me, how solid it is, how smooth it was to deploy. There's no blade play. Once again, all titanium parts. The centering was just perfect again. So now I found myself two Reates, and I realized that there was an event. Well, there was a Horizon A and a Horizon B before the Horizon C, which I did look for those, and I found a Horizon D. So realized there's been four Horizons, and well, the Horizon D sure looked nice, so I had to pick that up. I mean, there's a better blade steel, M390 blade steel in the Horizon D as opposed to the S35VN. So that right there got me, plus the milling on the titanium, a little better traction, and then of course you could get it in half carbon fiber, so I opted for that version. I mean, I picked this one up used, and anodization by Eric Shell. So this one's just a little different on the detent, super smooth, same same deployment tab, which is either light switch or you can just push it. Deploys great. Once again, so solid, and same handle shape, so it's just great in hand. So it's found with all the Reates, semi-big knives, which I love, and just great in hand. And the only weird thing about the Horizon D is that detent ball's a little hard to get past, but once you get past it, smooth, centered. So I found myself with 3, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the comfort and the solidness of these knives I had here, and I could have been perfectly pleased. But maybe as with the Spyderco, I tended to look at what else they were coming out with, and well, I noticed the Torrent and the K2, so I just had to have these. I saw this knife, it sucked me in, I just had to have it. I realized that these had been out for a long time and they were almost gone, so once again I sought one out. It took me a little while to find the right one. I ended up getting one with some stains on the blade somehow. Had to return it, had to seek another one out, and so yeah, I got my Torrent, and the M390, the harpoon tip, the big clip. It just all sang to me, and I wanted to feel it in hand after seeing it online. I wanted to feel this handle shape in my hand. So I did, and I was once again blown away. I mean, I like a big knife. I like a handle that I have a little bit of room on, and it just blew me away. So I got my Stonewashed Torrent. It took me the second one. I don't know what happened to the first one, but got it from a good vendor. He took the return and got me into a better one. And I saw this knife was coming out. So once again, I sought it out so hard that I went all the way to Blade Show and got it from David in person. So David handed me this knife and I got it from him. Well, you could see it's a little dirty. I use this knife, I carry it, as with all of the knives I've shown you. They're my knives and I carry them. So after going all the way to Blade, came to find out, was this knife worth it? Was it worth it to go all the way down there? I mean, meeting David in person was awesome, and getting it straight from him was fun. But was the knife worth it? Was it worth the trip down there? And so I got the knife in hand, and sorry about that. Anyway, blew my mind. Blew my mind again. I mean, the way the backspacer looks and feels. Now the Reates have started to get lighter. They're not as heavy as the Horizon C. You look inside there, it's all milled out. So now they're riding on ceramic ball bearings. They're even smoother, lighter, smoother. It was just the perfect perfect improvement. You know, all the Reates have been getting better little by little. Even the first ones were great, but I think we all know they just keep improving them little by little. So yeah, absolutely blown away with that knife. And my these two knives, I don't know, seem like they changed my life. It's funny. And so I loved the Torrent and found out that, you know, I could get another one, and also found out that this one isn't stonewashed right there, and it's a little bit more milled out inside. So came to find out that they actually changed the Torrent a little bit. You know, the second one being a little bit more milled out inside. You can see here 1, 2, 3 cutouts, and on the second one you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cutouts inside there. See if I get a shot of that. So yeah, the second version of the Torrent being just a little bit lighter and having that full satin blade instead of stonewash flat. So then I found myself now with 2 Torrents and the K2 that I wanted. So of course the K2, the 2 Torrents, the Horizon D, the Horizon C, and it all started with the Event Horizon. Well, you know, I saw the K1 coming out, and I thought, well, you know, it looks nice, but I don't know if it'll be as nice as the K2. I mean, I can't like any knife really better than I like the K2, can I? So, you know, I figured probably not. And I got the K1 to just check it out, and realized it's really light. And wow, it's comfortable in hand. It's super comfortable in hand. And that, I don't know what shape that really is, but that slight harpoon tip is just is really cool. And then once again, you know, it's smooth and perfectly centered, and it's got the dream materials again, all titanium with the ceramic ball there, and it's got the satin, of course, M390 blade. So, you know, all the dream materials that we've been wanting, or that I've been wanting, and there they are in person. You know, every Reate I come to feel at this point just feels great in hand, which is nice, but it also blows me away. So yeah, I really like the K1 a lot, and found out that, you know, they do have the marble carbon fiber with the hand rub blade instead of the satin blade. And the hand rub blade was pretty cool because, I mean, it's hand rubbed. And I always wanted marble carbon fiber. I mean, and I saw it in person and thought, well, I can't part with this. I have to keep this. Just look at it. This is the way my mind is thinking at this point. So, I have a K1 and I use it. So, well, why not have two K1s? So then now I have two K1s. And of course, I still have, the K2. And I'm perfectly satisfied at this point. But, the K3 online, it looks all right. But, it looks a little different. And I thought, well, I mean, every Reate feels good in hand. It can't feel bad in hand, can it? So, you might as well try it in hand, even though it looks blockier and different than the others. So, give it a shot. Why don't you try it in hand? Just feel it. And, well, that was either a blessing or a mistake, depending on how you look at it, because it's great in hand, and it ends up being just so cool. It's more squared off than the other ones, and the back spacer is weird, right? So try it in hand. And it's just perfect again. And I don't know how they can make so many knives that feel great in hand. There is something different about the K3. It's a little different than the other ones have been. It's the first Reate with I consider real jimping. Especially on the K1. The jimping is for looks. The K1 has a nice crowned spine. It's real smooth. So this is just for looks. But here on the K3, we actually have a little bit of traction going on there. And I mean, of course, this was riding on ceramic ball bearings too. So I thought, well, it can't be that smooth, can it? And yeah, it is. It's that smooth. And it feels that good in hand. And the blockiness is really cool in person. Of course, the ceramic ball makes it nice and in and out of the pocket. So then I had a K3 to add to the K1s and the K2. And well, speaking of the K2, it comes in a lot of versions, and I did have the small katana version, the 7 diamonds, which sought me in immediately. But I always kind of considered the plain titanium version, and I wondered what this felt like in hand, in person. So, well, I just wanted to feel it. I just wanted to feel it. I just wanted to try it. And so I tried it. And it does have a little bit of traction. And then I liked the way it looked. And I thought, well, I mean, if I use this knife, I mean, maybe, well, I mean, probably I could have 2 K2s, because, what if I lose this knife? Or what if I overuse it or something? What if I lose it? So having 2 K2s, I mean, that can't be bad, can it? So, yeah, once again, the backspacer got me. And just the overall look of it and the feel. And I mean, you know, smooth and centered. So then I ended up with 2K2s. So it's been kind of the journey here to I don't know. I didn't plan this, you know. It just kind of happened, I guess you could say. I mean, I sought these knives out. I just wanted to just try them in hand, just feel it just for a second. And well, you can see how that went. I mean, I gotta say the Horizon C, even though it's a little bit heavy, maybe it's not quite as smooth as the new K series. It's great in hand. It's a great knife. Do you need anything more than the S35 VN Horizon C? Do you need this M390 Torrance? Do you need a Tonto blade, really? Do you need this crazy knife? I don't know. Carbon fiber is always nice. And, well, that's where it started. You know, I saw the Event Horizon in the fundraiser and I thought, well, why don't I just try one? I don't know. You might want to try one yourself. You might not. You know, that's going to be your risk and your decision. Thanks for joining me tonight. Have a good night, everybody.